Winston, good to see you. Today we are talking through conversions as a gift to your beneficiaries. When considering which assets to leave your beneficiaries, there is one that is loaded with taxes, IRAs. Inheriting an IRA is very different from inheriting a Roth. Can you explain the difference between taking distributions from a traditional account versus a Roth?
Absolutely, Aaron. An IRA, when the distributions occur, they occur as ordinary income. Even though people have had that money invested for years and years, you don't get any long-term capital gain rate on it. It's just taxed as ordinary income. By contrast, once money becomes a Roth IRA, you get tax-free growth, you get after-tax contributions that you can make, and still get tax-free withdrawals once you've held it for 5 years. It's a much better savings tool for retirement because the income that you draw from it in retirement will be tax-free. On that note, tax-free income in retirement keeps the provisional income tax charged against your Social Security down, and it also helps reduce what's known as IRMA, or the excess tax, or the excess income that causes your Medicare premiums to go up.
Right. Really important considerations. Now, to make matters even more complicated, following the passage of the Secure Act, most non-spouse beneficiaries can no longer stretch distributions over a lifetime, but instead have to drain the entire balance in 10 years. That is quite the tax burden.
Yeah, it really is. As far as I'm concerned, it is a horrible thing that has taken place, because what it is, it's really an attack on accumulated wealth in this country. It's a redistribution of wealth tax. Basically, you have to understand how it used to be, where if you died and left your beneficiaries to your children, aka non-spousal beneficiaries, they had an entire lifetime to disperse the money. All they had to do was take a small required minimum distribution based on their age. So for instance, a 35 or 40-year-old paid a much smaller RMD than mom and dad did in their 70s or 80s. Now it's dead. It's over with. The new law of the land requires a full-on distribution within 10 years from the date of death if death occurred after 2020. Now, for the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey used to say, let's say that you've raised your children, you've put them through college, they're doing well, and maybe your son is a doctor or your daughter is a lawyer, and they have a very high income. Maybe they're married, maybe they have a high household income. When they receive that non-spousal beneficiary IRA and they're forced to take these distributions, they add on top of that child's current income tax bracket. Now, if they're in a high bracket and you feel the taxes in the future are likely going to be higher, Katie bar the door. That's not a good cocktail. All right. That's a bad situation. It is believed to be better to pay the taxes, make that conversion now while taxes are on sale, rather than waiting until tomorrow to do it.
A lot of people, build that IRA thinking that they'll leave that to their kids, that will be their gift. But the real gift is the conversion part.
That's right. The real gift is the conversion part. Leaving always taxable money to a child at a time when taxes are likely to be higher just doesn't equate when you could leave them never taxable money. And so if taxes double in the future, 2 times 0 is still 0.
That's right. I do understand that math, not a lot, but I get that one. And there's one additional strategy you wanted to mention when considering somebody's financial legacy. That is cash value life insurance.
Well, I don't know if our listeners know the name Ed Slott, but Ed, we go to a lot of trainings with Ed Slott, and he always talks about the fact that Section 7702 in the Internal Revenue Code is the secret sauce to the tax code. Let me explain. Ed is kind of known as America's IRA expert. He knows these things very well. But the conversion from always taxable to a Roth is the same exact process as converting from always taxable to cash value life insurance, which lives under the IRS code 7702. You basically get 3 things in the life insurance policy that you don't get in a Roth. So you do get the same tax-free income in retirement, and it's done through loans, okay? That the life insurance can give you loans and you don't pay taxes on loan dollars. So it does provide a tax-free retirement income in retirement. Secondly, and most importantly, it gives you a leveraged is the key word, tax-free death benefit when the policy is set up correctly. And that tax-free death benefit can also be accelerated while the insured is living to pay for the cost of long-term care should they arise. That's something you just don't get in the Roth. So if you'd like to learn more about that, I really recommend reaching out and contacting our office.
Right. Because again, it comes back to proactive planning. So important. So Winston, if somebody does have questions, what's the best way to reach you?
Well, you can always reach us at 602-456-1928, 456-1928.
All right. We also got your website, Winston and Companies. Winston, thank you so much for your time today.
Hey, Aaron, great seeing you as always. Take care now.